I hope you all are having a fantastic day. My name is Epic Matrix Erics. Welcome to another video. And before I get into today's topic, I would like to point out the fact that the sun's not really shining outside. It's mostly just humid. That's pretty much 2/3 of everyday life in the miserable state of Arkansas. Yet I'm wearing this hat. I have no reason to be wearing this hat. It's just humid. It's gonna make my head even hotter, and I have like a full set of hair that I wanna grow out because my head is gonna be a sweaty mess by the end of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a gorgeous hat. Probably my most favorite hat I've ever owned. But yeah, I don't have a reason because I'm not even showing my face. So with that out of the way, I wanted to give 2 shout outs to 2 very awesome YouTube friends of mine. One of which is Supa Intelligent Films. Supa Intelligent Films, she has a podcast going. She talks about the paranormal. The most recurring theme on her channel is SCPs. So if you're into that, check it out. She also made an episode about sleep paralysis. And I was on a episode of her podcast not too long ago where we talked about the gay community. Now, even if you don't like that subject, we still talked about other stuff. So there were genuinely hilarious parts in that video, which I would highly recommend you guys seeing. And on top of that, she posted a video yesterday, as a matter of fact, by the time of recording this, called Crackhead Hours. Number 1. So, you already know you're in for a ride to buckle up for if it's just the first installment of a long series of crackheads. Yeah, stay tuned for Crackhead Hours episode 5, when her and I meet up at VidCon a few years from now, and then it ends with us getting in brutal fist fights with security after goofing around. Now, if the organizers at VidCon see this, we're not gonna fight the security guards. The closest thing we're going to give them when it comes to hand-to-hand stuff is probably firm handshakes, thank yous, and hugs. Because those guys deserve it. They're the ones who don't really get that much credit when it comes to VidCon. I mean, you guys are standing for hours on end and hot, humid Californian weather, having to deal with dozens of thousands of screaming little teenage shits. So, yeah, you guys deserve the utmost respect and credit. The second YouTuber I wanted to give a shout out to was Abigail Len, who is actually also happens to be a friend to Supa Intelligent Films. So it's like a trio. It's probably going to be the unholy trinity of YouTube, or BitChute if we get demonetized to nuts out of existence. It happened to Ponage Show, folks. It'll happen to us too. But no, Abby, she makes very beautiful original ukulele songs. She writes the songs, composes them, and she knows how to play the ukulele. So come on, what more can you ask for? Very reminiscent of that Hawaiian guy from like 2006. He had a whole Netflix documentary on him. I can't remember his name, but he went super viral from ukulele songs. So there's still a pretty big market for Abby to go into and make it big. So yeah, Do check those guys. Do check those guys out. I think they make incredible content. Now on to the topic of this video. So I wanted to announce who I'm voting for, and for the 2020 presidential election. Now this is the first time I'm actually old enough to vote. This will be the first election I vote in. So who am I voting for when it comes to the presidency? I'm actually going to vote for Andrew Yang. I think he's the best candidate for the job. I myself, this is like a personal thing, and I'm sure millions of other Americans can agree or can connect to. I have a cruddy job. I'm not in a position to get any other job. You know, it's mostly a personal thing. I'm supposed to get paid every 2 weeks, but for a month now I haven't gotten anything. And I'm still not finished with school. And I only have less than $300 to my name at any given point in time. So I can't like spend money on anything without immediately shearing a hole through my boat of prosperity, if you will. And old Andy boy, his whole universal basic income thing, if he manages to does it right without sending us and a bunch of debt, that would save me. And also, Andrew, if you somehow see this, can you try and consider replacing $1 paper bills with $1 coins? Because apparently doing that would save American taxpayers up to $4 billion. So imagine discontinuing the penny, which would save us millions every year, on top of $1 metal currency. Because they would have to be replaced much less often and less likely to break. I would consider that, but yeah, universal basic income thing, love it. I'm a little skeptical on $1,200. I mean, if you're going to give every American over the age of 18, which is probably 200 million people at least, that kind of money, I don't know. But hey, it's probably going to benefit me and a lot of other Americans, and I really have no other choice, so I'm completely on board with it. So yeah, I wanted to conclude this video with who I'm going to vote for. And also, I will be doing more collaborations with Supa Intelligent, where we're going to talk about cereal. But basically the premise is, well, I don't know if I want to spoil it or not. Basically, I have I have some plans to make it really funny. So there we go. As long as I don't hear my own voice and I keep getting interrupted by myself, the podcast should go great. So hashtag gang gang, and I'll see you all later. Thank you, everybody.